Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Miami Dolphins. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Miami Dolphins. The wait is finally over. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the play.
Down, 30 base.
Watch the pass, watch the pass.
Deep rip.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? They sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Going deep here for Still. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, 57 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here we go. 8, read.
Watch 54. Hey.
Five.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And Stills bringing it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to...
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Dolphins, and even 40 yards. That's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
Ready?
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, but I'm not sure they're going to...
Set. 10-2 soft.
They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary.
Set. Ready? 90 Wolf.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out.
And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Snap.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. The Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the third level before you know it.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And going deep for Hill, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Ebron caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get up.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Eric Ebron. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land.
Got it.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Blue down. Blue down.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They complete it to Hill. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That and
he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Eric Ebron on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah,
On the set.
Mike's by 4. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Now.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove. It's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nickel Roby-Coleman, a sack off the corner. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Steps away to his left. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Set. 18 Gator.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Ready? And shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills, 50 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf.
I'm trying to collect.
Head up.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And now it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Looking deep here for Ebron. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Ready?
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Go.
On first down, Drake. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Barthema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Defense.
Malage. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Drake. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaking up on that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
That's it. Hey, let's team. Let's go.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
I'm scared.
Now back to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings it.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
54. You remember me? You
Get it.
Looking to throw. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman.
We can't be stopped.
Set up. 60 or.
54 Mike 5.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they're able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And they have possession. 38-yard line.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yo.
Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing anything.
He'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
360 outlaw.
Don't get nervous.
Be careful. Be careful.
They'll run on first down. Drake. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night.
They're able to hang on and win this game. You know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run here with Balaj. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. And Dwayne Allen on the grab. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, will likely put an end to this thing. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Dolphins, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the